Hello wonderful viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Bake with Apex. In today's video I'll be sharing with you how I bake 3 butter cake with 15 eggs. First of all, I cream my butter, and that was offline. 3 butter is equals to 750 grams of butter, and with 3 cups of sugar, which was 750 mils of sugar. So after creaming the butter, I started with my work. So first of all, I continue by prepping my egg by breaking the eggs into a clean bowl, and like I said, I make use of 15 eggs for this 3 butter cake. So after breaking my eggs, I started by whisking it. You can whisk your egg with your balloon whisk, or with spoon or bigger spoon, or even with a blender. So after whisking the egg, I kept it aside so that I'll be able to prep my dry ingredient. The dry ingredients include the flour, the baking powder, the baking soda, the preservative, nutmeg, the powdered flavor, and the first thing to do is to sieve my flour. Sieving your flour is very important so that you'll be able to incorporate air and remove some dirty. So I added my baking powder. I make use of 4.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 3.5 teaspoons of baking soda in this. I make sure I sieve it to avoid any lumps, and afterwards I added my preservative, which was 3 teaspoons of preservative and half teaspoons of nutmeg to the dry ingredient, after which I mix it using my silicone spatula. Then I added 1 full tablespoon of vanilla extract into my egg, which is the wet ingredient, and I whisk it again properly. So the next thing I did was to scoop in my creamed butter into this egg, because why I did this was because the bowl I used in creaming my butter will not be enough to mix all the ingredients, but the bowl I used in whisking my egg will be enough. That was why I scoop in the butter into the bowl. If not, I'm supposed to pour the egg into the butter bowl, but no problem. So I decided to use my wooden spoon to do the mixing. You can as well use your hands, that is if your hand is properly washed. So after this, I started pouring in my dry ingredient into the butter egg mixture and started incorporating air or folding in the batter. So be careful not to over mix. Try by folding it properly, smoothly and gently. So I use, like I said, I use 6 cups of flour, but I decided to add extra 1 cup of flour because the owner of these cakes specifically told me that they don't want their cake to be very soft but to be a bit strong. So that was why I added extra 1 cup of flour to the mixture. And this was time for me to prep my cake pan by greasing the pan with butter. After greasing the pan, I sprinkle some flour and toast it around in the cake pan. This process will enable the cake to come out simple and easy after baking, as you can see me doing in the video. So after toasting the flour around the pan, I started by patching or scooping my cake batter into the cake pan. I use a total of 7 cake pans here, 3 size 6 inches cycle pan and 4 size 7 inches cycle cake pan for this cake, because this cake is for 2. 1 for 1 butter and the second one for the second butter. So after that, I use my silicone spatula to level it up and to tap the cake pan so that it will knock out the air bubbles in the cake. After which I on my oven for like 5 minutes at 180 degrees centigrade to allow it to hot before baking. And here comes my cake after 15 minutes of baking. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so now. For my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming by. Please like, share, comment on our video. Compliment of the season. This is Bake with Apex. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.